Hi everyone, hope you are doing well from wherever you're watching this channel, depending on your time zone. Now, we have been talking about the issue to do with the Shakahola mass killing, that is Pastor Mackenzie, and as of late, what the state is trying to do by linking Pst Ezekiel to that kind of heinous act. For the first time, the first politician in this country to stand out and speak the truth about what he knows to do with Pst Ezekiel is one man, Mung'aro, the Kilifi governor. Kilifi governor is the first politician to come out and defend Pst Ezekiel. Because in as much as someone has been accused, it is better you speak what you know about the person. If there is anything bad you know about him, speak it. If there is any positive thing you know about that person, then speak it. And if you know both the truth or the good side and the bad side of the same person, it is better you speak about it. Today, during a burial service where Raila Odinga also attended, Governor Mung'aro told the government the truth about Pst Ezekiel. There is a lot of work Pastor has been doing in Kilifi, because now he's a resident of Kilifi, but above all, we know he has been to Turkana and other areas. First of all, listen to the governor, then we're going to continue with this conversation.
Linachunguza nini? Wewe hujajua hesabu watakuchunguza, unatachunguza na kumanya tumafanga. Kwa hivyo nasema hii yote kuzunguka kutafuta, na mimi nitasimama, acha nikwambie, isitumiwe Pastor yule muuaji Ezekiel kuangaisha mapasta wengine Mackenzie, kwa sababu Mackenzie alipatikana ameua watu, hasa pasta wengine wanashikwa ili kudivert attention ya yale yaliyofanyika pale. Na mimi nitasimama hapa kama governor nitoe ushahidi. Of course huwezi kujua mtu akija kwako ako na nini, lakini nataka kusema kwa mfano, tulipokuwa na njaa kubwa hapa Kilifi, mmoja wa mapasta alijitokeza na kuleta msaada wa chakula wa zaidi ya milioni 13 ni Pst Ezekiel hapa. Na hata kama mnasema alikuwa na shida, kanisa yake iko msituni, iko hapa barabarani. Kama kulikuwa na shida, mbona hamkuiona mpaka mlipoona Mackenzie ameua watu? Alipochukua watoto zaidi ya 110 kuwalipia fee ya miaka 4, mlikuwa hamuoni Mackenzie alikuwa wapi? Kwa hivyo kama kuna kitu cha Mackenzie, ule unafiki na ukora na uwaji aliofanya, isikuwe ni mapasta na makanisa yote sasa yadhulumiwe kwa sababu ya muuaji. Mlishindwa kuchunguza mtu wenyewe, mlishindwa kumshika wakati akiua watu. Wachaneni na mapasta ambao wanafanya kazi ya Mungu kwa imani, kwa sababu leo ni Ezekiel, kesho atakuja kushika wewe wa Pentecostal, kesho atashika wa Kianglikana, kwa sababu wanataka kuchanganya watu ijulikane wanachunguza. Wachunguze Mackenzie, watuambie alikuwa wapi wakati alipokuwa anaua watu. Itakuwaje watu wauawe, wazikwe mpaka wafike makaburi zaidi? Hapo kunasemekana mpaka tumefanya kukodisha mochari kutoka Nairobi ili tuweke maiti. Isikuwe sababu sasa kuvuruga mapasta wengine ambao wanatumikia wananchi. Kwa hivyo mimi langu ni kusema, najua hata wengine waliandika huko, niliona kwa mtandao, Mung'aro anajulikana na Ezekiel. Yes, namjua, na nimesema hapa waziwazi, ashakuja ofisini kwangu, ameshaleta misaada hadharani mbele ya watu, na hakuna mmoja wenu alikataa hiyo misaada nilipozunguka na yeye, na nilizunguka na yeye. Kanisa yake iko barabarani. Nilienda Chakama na yeye, nikaenda Shakahola huko ambako watu wameuawa, akagawanya chakula. Lakini mkora ambaye hata ananyima watu chakula, mnaanza kumfanya hasa watu wengine wote ananyima watu chakula, ndio anaanza kuchanganywa na kuambiwa sasa kila pasta akionekana, ukinunua pikipiki hasa utashikwa, kwa sababu unaambiwa wewe sasa unahusiana na Mackenzie. Kwa mimi nataka nisimame hapa niseme kwamba wale ambao wanahusika, kile kiini cha Mackenzie na ni kwa nini haikuweza kujulikana hii miaka kutoka 2019, na ijulikana maka alishikwa mara nyingi, lakini hao wenyewe walikuwa ile pesa inaoletwa na wale waumini wanaokufa kule ndio wanakula hiyo pesa. Hapo Langobaya kuna police station, Tuko na habari ya kwamba habari zilikuwa zinapelekwa za Mackenzie kila siku. Kwa hiyo
now we are continuing with the panel discussion, but just a quick request for those who are watching and you have not subscribed, please consider subscribing to the returning subscribers. I must thank you so much, and again to all our viewers, please give this video a thumbs up. Thank you so much, and back to this discussion. Now, it is true, many are taking the situation of arresting Pst Ezekiel, presenting before the court, and the charges they are leveling against him as a scapegoat that the government is looking for. And we said this one earlier. Today, the Kilifi governor is in agreement with our position here. Because in all what they are doing, you try to compare the two, the way the governor is doing here, you find how wawili ni kama mafuta na maji. There is one man who was asking people to fast to death, you starve to death so that you go to heaven. In the other hand, Mung'aro is saying that when Mackenzie was starving Kenyans to death, Pst Ezekiel was offering food to those people that the state had failed to feed. Remember, it is the duty and responsibility of the state to make sure that its own people or her own people are fed. Yani kama wewe uko na njaa na una chakula, ni jukumu la serikali kuhakikisha ya kwamba wewe umekula. The state failed, but Pastor Ezekiel saw a gap and he came to fill the gap. So when the people of Kilifi were starving from hunger, Pastor Ezekiel was providing food, while the other Mackenzie man there was starving people to death. That's the difference. When the people of Kilifi did not have school fees to take their children to school, more than 100, and that video we did it here earlier, Pastor Ezekiel saw an opportunity to help the children from Kilifi County, not elsewhere. Remember, he is coming from Nyanza. He did not go to Nyanza to sponsor children to school. Instead, he was sponsoring children from a place where he is operating the church. So in as much kuna sadaka, there's a way he was giving back to the society. He knew he's living within a community. And therefore, for every person, it is good when you see everyone in the community at least getting a help. Try to do something positive toward the community. So the other man, that criminal, was asking parents, misleading them, not to take their children to school. But Mung'aro is saying that while Mackenzie was taking children to the bush, Pastor Ezekiel was taking children to school. More than 100 children sponsored fully for 4 years. That means you have full scholarship. There's no day you will be maybe chased from school or yani wakwambia when to let school fees. You will be asked to go and bring school fees from home. No. Pastor took the children to school, dressed them in uniform, and cleared 4 years school fees. So when you arrest him, you persecute him, the people of Kilifi are feeling that the person who was standing in the gap to ensure that children are enjoying time in school to study is being persecuted. And this explains the reason why, beside Pastor Ezekiel's people who normally go there for prayer coming out and the church members coming out to protest against his arrest, there was also the community there which was speaking their mind. For them, they believe that the arrest or persecution of Pastor Ezekiel, it was meant to take them back and not forward. Ni kuwarudisha nyuma. Because they will lack that person who was coming to feed them. The man who was coming to educate their children. But what is being accused of is contrary to what he has been doing on ground. So the people of Kilifi are now speaking their mind. They are now telling the state what they know about Pastor Ezekiel. They are now trying to compare the two, and you can see it very clear. And I think through the Kilifi governor, Raila Odinga has got to know more about Pastor Ezekiel Odero. And I have seen he has made an entry to that property, who will come also with also a political commentary on the same. So for me, I'm seeing a governor who has decided to speak the truth while people are condemning the man of God. Everyone has his own shortcomings. Kila mtu akona makosa yake. But we should not lay a blame where it does not belong. You just connect someone to another criminal just because he was buying a TV station. Then you bring in all those issues and blame. You create an existing perception. So state ilikuwa inaongea kwa kiasi ya kwamba it's like there is a morgue within that vicinity. It's like there is a holding room for like a morgue, kind of acting like a morgue within that vicinity, something that is contrary. The only people who are in agreement with the state, it is the morgue operator. And these are people who are in business. They are running a business. So when their business is not doing, or if it is threatened, then they can as well speak the same language like what the state is trying to do. So I'm seeing a man who has come out to speak the truth and defend a person who deserves to be defended. So Kithure Kindiki wanted to be seen as if he's doing something on ground, like he's working. He wanted to be seen as he is actually saving the life and protecting those who are maybe going to be harmed soon. And now he was bringing out Pastor Ezekiel as a man who should not be within a society. But the picture that Mung'aro is bringing is of a man whose society needs him more than any other person. This is the pastor who was in Turkana with more than 18 metric tons of food delivering to the Turkana people. When Gachagua was collecting money through a pay bill number to feed the people in Turkana, Pastor Ezekiel was not collecting money to take there. Instead, he was taking the sadaka, buy food, and take to the people. Now you can understand the truth here. How can a government ask Kenyans to contribute money on their own number, pay bill numbers, then they want to take food to Turkana? The government has money. They collect through taxes. So you can read here and see the truth, the difference there and the truth. The people who are starving people to death here, it is the government. So for me, I can compare Shakahola's situation to what the government was doing to the people of Kenya. We had problem in some areas in Mount Kenya. There was problem in areas like even Rift Valley. We are talking about Baringo, those areas. We are talking about Turkana and those areas. Gachagua did not bring a breakdown on the money that was given by Kenyans. But we saw someone who was coming out as a good person, a man who understands what the Bible says. So you try to compare ni maji na mafuta. I don't know your views, but let us meet in the comment section for continuation of this conversation. Thank you and see you in our next video.